Well. RCB, what will they do this season? 12 years, no trophies, haven't done anything in the IPL other than finishing three runners up 2009, I think so, 2009, 2011, and 2016. Have finished in the playoffs three, four times, and other seasons have been absolutely horrendous bullshit and horrible from this team. And so much of hopes from the fan base, so much of hopes from everyone, but still can't deliver anything for the team for 12 years is just a really bad stat. And they should be doing something this season, or fans will only lose hopes from this team from next season onwards. I mean, half of them are already lost. Half of them have already lost hopes from this team. Now let's see what they do this season. Let's go into the team. Batsmen Virat Kohli, Aaron Finch, ABD, Devdutt Padikkal, Gurpreet, Parthiv Patel, Joshua Philippe. Bowler Umesh Yadav, Yuzvendra Chahal, Dave Steyn, Mohammad Siraj, Navdeep Saini, Adam Zampa. And they have all-rounders Moeen Ali, Chris Morris, Washington Sundar, Pawan Negi, Shivam Dubey, Pawan Deshpande, Isuru Udana, and Shabas. So these are the options which they have, and me as an RCB fan hoping to win the IPL every season after seeing teams like this and not even going to the playoffs is just horrendous. But let's see what they can do and what they have done and what can they do max to reach the IPL title. Before even going to this team analysis, what has been wrong with this team that we need to be looking at first. Let's start with the how are they performing against the top teams in the IPL, and let's go with each team they have performed and look at the horrendous bullshit results which they've been having for the past seasons and not performing, and it just shows with the stats. Chennai Super Kings, 9 matches, 1 won, 8 lost. Mumbai Indians, the last 8 matches, 1 won, 7 lost. Sunrisers Hyderabad, 8 matches, 2 won, 6 lost. Kolkata Knight Riders, 7 matches, 2 won, 5 lost. And this is how horrible we have been performing against the top teams. It's only 8 teams, and I will mention the 4 teams. There's 4 teams are top teams because these are the teams which have won the IPL before. So we count this as top teams. And this is how horrible they have been as a team. Like performing like this is just not acceptable. As a RCB fan, this is not acceptable, and this is a stat which they need to improve and perform against these teams. If we win against these teams, this shows that we have this season. This shows that we have some progression from our side, and this is just horrible. If you keep losing against these teams and not perform, you're not worth to win the IPL. That's obvious. So I mean, 8 matches means every season 2 matches, 2, 4, 6, 8. Around 4 seasons, in 4 seasons we are only able to win once with Mumbai Indians, and with 4 seasons with Chennai, we have allowed to win once with Mumbai Indians, and there was a last match and we won by 1 run. Against Sunrisers Hyderabad, same. 4 seasons we are about to win only 2 matches, and Kolkata Knight Riders, even in the 4 seasons we are only about to win 2 matches, and this needs to improve. This needs to improve at least from our side. Forget about our fans shouting Isala Cup Namde more than seeing what they can improve them as a team more than winning the cup. Everyone goes to the end product, the cup. I don't give a shit about you can't win the cup without even you as a team analyzing what the hell are you doing as a team with your freaking mistakes. And this is something which they need to improve as a team. Death bowling, horrendous. And when I was doing the stats and seeing it, I was just shocked, worried, and what they're going to do this season. Last 2 overs, average they're giving 36 to 40 runs. Last 5 overs, we're giving 70 to 80 runs. And you expect us to win IPL title. IPL and the title also we can't win with this bowling. Horrible bowling. Last 2 overs, 36 to 40 runs. Last 5 overs, 70 to 80 runs. This stat you need to answer. This stat needs to be improved, and this is what they've been targeted in the market. Everyone knows that dead bowling has been horrible, gives shock, heart attack to RCB fans when they bowl horrible bowling. And we have world class bowlers who I don't know what they're going to perform this season. And it's going to the team, which we're going to see right now. This is something which they need to improve as a team, and they can't do this. You don't even think of winning the IPL. Bowling unit, spinners, who they have: Adam Zampa, Chahal, Pawan Negi, Washington Sundar, Moin Ali, Shabas. Chahal has been in the team. Zampa has been in the team. Pawan Negi has been in the team. Washington Sundar has been in the team. Moin Ali has been in the team. Only one new addition is Shabas. So these are the players who have been in the team, who knows the squad. So nothing new to talk about. Key player in our spin attack, everyone knows it. It's Yuzvendra Chahal. He knows the pitch, but he's been bowling he picks a lot of wickets in the Bangalore pitch. So we need to see how he's going to bowl here, and it's going to suit him as a player. And he's one of our key players. I think so. He's going to perform really well this IPL. It's my prediction. He's going to perform really well. It's a track which is going to suit him. His spin is going to make him take wickets this season, and it's Googly's next level. It's Googly's the next level. One more addition which you have is Adam Zampa, substituting Kane Richardson. Both are world-class bowlers, but I don't know whether both are going to be suited in our squad and fit into our squad. So that needs to be seen. But yes, they have really good options with the leg breakers, with the off breakers. Both bowls good googlies. They know how to pitch in different variations. Even they get hit for a 6 or a 4. They don't know what length to bowl, whether to bowl slowly, whether to pitch it further back. Everything is there, and these are all talented bowlers. I'm not denying with that. It's just a talent, but they need to execute when to bowl well, and that's something that differs between a champion team and a team which doesn't win anything. Is which bowlers to choose, where to bowl your length, even when you get hit 4 or 6. It's been done by these two players. I'm not saying they're not done, but yes, when it comes to IPL, also they need to think over it and they need to do it. It comes from the captain. It comes from the player's intuition. So yeah, it is something which they need to decide as a player with having your talent, where to bowl, when to bowl. When you have the ingredients and you don't use it at your best, then you're an idiot. That's what I would say. When you have your ingredients, try to utilize at your best position. And yes, it's going to be a difficult competition, but it should be some fight. You can't be bowling stupid bowling and giving away useless runs, which from your hand you should not do. You should not. You should take out the ones which it's in your control to take out the weakness from you as a player, and that needs to be done from these both, and that needs to be followed from the captain, and this needs to be executed. Coming to our amazing bowling, pace bowling, we have Umesh Yadav, Chris Morris, Dale Steyn, Isru Udana, Mohammad Siraj, Singh. Yes, this is the place where we have advanced a bit. Chris Morris is there. Uh, Hopefully, he's going to be decent at the death. I have not followed him properly before, so I'm not sure how he's going to bowl. Whether I know a South African, I know how he bowls for South Africa, but IPL he was a really good addition in like 2 3 seasons when he was in a prime. I don't know whether he's going to be bowling at the same length, not the same way, not length. Dale Steyn last season he's performed really well. He's aging but really experienced. But he's not a player who's going to bowl at the death. Yeah, I'm not depending Dale Steyn to bowl at the death. It's either going to be Chris Morris and I would Chris Morris, or I'd rather bring Isru Udana to bowl at the death because he can bowl the slower, he can bowl the Yorkers, he can pinch the Yorkers. Dale Steyn can pinch Yorkers, but he can bowl at the death. I'm not saying he's not a bad bowler for the death, but if you have better options, we may try to utilize it and try to give more options to Dale Steyn in the first 4 overs so he can pick up the wickets. And death overs can be utilized better with Chris Morris, Isuru Udana, or if that's not the case, we need to both Chris Morris and Dale Steyn. Mohammad Siraj, and Umesh Yadav, what are they going to perform as a team? They need to improve. Horrible bowling last season, just can't uh, deny it. It's just been horrible in the death from Mohammad Siraj and Umesh Yadav. Umesh Yadav with the new ball, he has some both. I'm telling you, both as a player have good talent. I'm not denying with that. But one thing to say, Mohammad Siraj and Umesh Yadav haven't performed really well for the last two seasons in the IPL. Umesh Yadav picks up wickets, but he gives away runs. You can't be doing that. You can't be giving run more than this thing. Like if you see Jasprit Bumrah, he doesn't pick up wickets, but he can restrict runs. Restricting runs is the main objective more than picking wickets. I'm not saying we should not pick up wickets. IP in T20s, picking up wickets is crucial. But even if you're, but your main objective from your bowling side is to be restricting runs. If you can't do that, it's waste. You can, let's say you pick up one wicket and you give away 25, 30 runs. Useless. You're giving away runs. Anyway, you're picking up wicket. It's you as a player who needs to pick up the wicket, notch the Yorkers. Horrible from the our side is putting Yorkers from our team. It's just horrible. They just mistime it. It goes as a full toss and they just smack it to the outside the glove. Bowling from D2 with the talent needs to improve. But Umesh Yadav with his new ball, he can swing the ball really well, and that's going to help us as a team. But last season he was just been horrible. He couldn't pitch that properly also. So I want him as a player to improve. He's a talented player. He needs to improve. Even Mohammad Siraj, you can a team as a player can improve. Good, we have good Indian core bowlers, and these guys are players who know have both have experience playing in the Indian team. And Siraj has recently been playing for the Indian team. Both have experience, but they need to replicate it with more awareness, with more thinking. You've been performing. Them as a team, more than winning a match, try as a bowler to perform better, and that's what I want to just perform. Just put your best in bowling at correct deliveries. If you proper delivery, good deliveries. If they hit that, that's their talent. You can't do that. But don't give away loose balls. We keep losing matches because of unnecessary bowling at wrong lengths, at wrong balls, and then that's useless. Like it's if you should try to cut our mistakes before we go onto the pitch, and that's something they need to improve as a player, and there's something which I want as the team to improve as a player. Coming to the strengths, top three players are world class, game changers. Aaron Finch, uh, Virat Kohli, ABD, next level, and that's the main reason why, as me as a supporter, supports them is because of more than Aaron Finch, Kohli, and De Villiers. Game changers, world class. If they go into form, pump, game over. Not a problem. Uh, we have a really good option in spin department. Mainly as spinners who picks up the wickets, more than spinners. One spinner who picks up a wicket is Chahal. Now we have Adam Zampa, so both can go and break into the team if needed. That's something which they need to see in team selection. And yes, both experience. Come on, boys. Like both ABD and Kohli for this season, we need to perform really better. I, I'm telling you, if Siraj and Umesh are in form, we can actually go for the playoffs and do. But if these players, which we have seen in the past, and they've not been performing really well, so with previous seasons, what they have done, I couldn't really give predictions. But anything can happen in the IPL, and let's see if they can improve. I am hoping Mohammad Siraj and Umesh Yadav improves. I'm telling you, our bowling department is comparatively better than before, and our death bowling will be way better than before. I'm assuring that. That's not there for sure. But there's one weakness which I feel is going to be a crucial weakness which they're not addressed properly. Is something which I want to go to the weakness is middle order batsmen is just horrible. We have middle order batsmen, Washington Sundar, Shivam Dubey, and there's one more player which I'm keep forgetting, and Chris Morris. Morris with the ball has been really good. Morris with the bat recently has been really bad. Shivam Dubey, yes, he has been performing for India team, but he's no. He needs to perform better. He's like a player like Rishabh Pant, but Rishabh Pant can execute it. This guy doesn't execute it. He hits two, three sixes, gets out, and what's the point? You're giving away the wicket and you're giving pressure to the people. Washington Sundar as a batsman, I'm not that excited to see him as a batsman. There's something which I feel is a very weak in our team in terms of middle order batsmen. Last season we had Stoinis. We don't have Stoinis also this season. Uh, Stoinis was also not that great, but at least he used to come over there, back up ABD to score 210, 2-7, and we don't have Hetmeyer also. Middle order is not being addressed by the team properly, and this is some weakness which I feel. from the team they need to take care of, and opportunities, which I'll talk later. But still, one more thing I need to talk about is the death over still in doubt. If Siraj and Umesh Yadav don't step up, we have two weaknesses, crucial, which is no proper bowling unit, no middle order batsman. And I'm very skeptical for this shit because I'm really worried about this thing which is going to happen. And the squad is how well their middle order and the death bowling perform as a RCB team. I want this to be. I wish these guys performed. I wish these guys, the players which I said, perform really well. If these guys don't perform really well, we have really low chance of winning the IPL this season. And yes, I wish these guys put in the form. I'm pretty sure the coaching staff and other people might have seen it. Simon, Mike Hessen believes in them. I'm not denying with that, but very skeptical because I'm not sure whether how these guys are going to perform on the pitch. Opportunities, Pawan Negi can be given an opportunity if Washington Sundar doesn't perform. Both are all rounders. He may be given a chance, but still both weigh the same in batting. Uh, Yeah, and Shahbaz Ahmed, which they have been saying is a really good all-rounder. So if something doesn't work with Sundar, both are off spinners, so Shahbaz can come into the team. We as a team, which Virat Kohli has said in his interview, it's balanced. I'm not saying that team is not balanced, but more than that, more than balance, uh, these are the players who haven't shown up in the IPL, and we don't know whether they'll show up in this year's IPL. That's the only doubt. We as a team have a lot of balance compared to last season, but I have a lot of doubt in many players who may overcome whatever I've said and perform really well. But if they don't, then there's no chance for this team to come up. When you see teams who are going to perform, I said their names: Kolkata, Mumbai, SRH, and all these teams are really great, strong, and more than they have the balance, but they have the quality in the balance. I'm not sure whether we have the quality of the balance, which they need to sort out really well. And what else is there? That threats, if death bowling and middle order doesn't happen, don't even think of the IPL. And if Finch or ABD gets injured, we don't have balance in that also. We have Joshua Philippe who can come as a finisher. Then we have Gurkirath who can come as a finisher and all this stuff. Oh yeah, not to forget, Gurkirath is there, but the only problem is we need to sort of balance that. But yeah, still middle order batsman is something which I feel is need to be sorted. If I feel middle order is a problem, I may drop Aaron Finch and play Dave Dutt and play Joshua Philippe in the this thing. I put down a link of how Joshua Philippe has been batting for the Big Bash, and that's the reason why I want him to see in the IPL team. I want him to really see in the IPL team. If a middle order is not sorting out, it's going to be Gurkirath and Joshua Philippe, but it's going to be a huge burden on them. So I want Dubey, uh, Washington Sundar, Chris Morris to perform this IPL. I don't want to put in pressure. I don't want to get pissed and get worried for this team. And I really want this team to go as high as possible. And that's my hope. And I want this team to win the IPL for sure. Well, obviously, that's the thing. But yes, but let's go realistic. What can the team go as probably 11? If it goes on really well, Finch, Parthiv, Kohli, ABD, Moeen Ali, Chris Morris, Washington Sundar, Umesh Yadav, Navdeep Saini, Dale Steyn, Chahar. Only changes I might go is if Chris Morris is not doing really well in the IPL, I may put in Isro Udana because he can bat and bowl in the death. That's the only change I'll do. Or else, if the middle order batsman is not working out really well, drop down Finch, play Devdutt because he's saying he's really a good batsman, Devdutt and Parthiv. Kohli, ABD, Moeen, Chris Morris. And instead of Washington Sundar, we bring in Joshua Philippe. But the only problem comes here is instead of three spinners, Sundar, Chahal, and Moeen Ali, we go with two spinners. But because our middle order batsman is not doing really well, we need to throw in Joshua Philippe and drop Finch. I hope so it doesn't go to that worst condition. They need to bring in these many changes. If we kickstart our season really well with a win with the squad which we have, where key players like Chris Morris, Washington Sundar, Umesh Yadav perform really well, and that's the thing. I'm not. I do. I have heavy doubts that Siraj is going to fit into this team. I don't want Siraj to play in this team. He's a really good option. He's a good talented player, but with the squad which we have, I don't want Siraj to play. I'd rather play Umesh Yadav because he can give the first few overs with a swing. He can pick up some wickets, and hopefully, I hope they come into the. Look. Let's be realistic. Me with the what they have performed since last season, whatever players they have, I feel they have a squad which can reach to the playoffs. And if a team doesn't work out really well with Umesh and other players who don't perform really well, we may just end up finishing fifth or sixth in the IPL, and that's what my prediction is. It all depends upon the crucial players which I've mentioned, which is Umesh Yadav, Sundar, Chris Morris, who need to perform. Saini has been performing really well, but still he needs to perform in the IPL stages. If these guys perform, we have a lot of chance. Look, there are some players, any IPL, they'll give, even if they're average, they give something. Like players like ABD, Moin Ali, I'm pretty sure they're going to have a really good season. ABD, Moin Ali, Kohli, because they've proven in the IPL, they've been showing in each and every IPL. So these are the players which we can depend on. And Dale Steyn, Yuzvendra Chahal, Chris Morris in bowling can also be dependent on. I don't know whether as a batsman, but bowling he's been. So these are the players which I know. We know that these guys are going to perform, but doubt comes whether Washington Sundar has been performing really for India. Can he replicate for RCB? Can Umesh Yadav come back to form? Can Saini keep on bowling? So these are the dots which needs to be filled. So if these are the dots which is filled, then we have a clear structure of a team. And if that is filled, we have a huge chance to win the IPL. But this needs to be filled. If it's not filled, it's what it's going to happen. Max we can reach the playoffs and finish fifth or sixth. If it's filled and a middle order batsman gets sorted and our bowling gets sorted, we have a huge chance to lift this year's IPL and you can keep on chanting Ace Allah Kaptan. But yeah, well, let's see what RCB performs and yeah,